In this next movement series, we want to go through our neural activation, also called rapid response. Again, this is meant to make sure that the athlete is completely turned on from a nervous system activation standpoint using very low amplitude, high speed foot maneuvers. We're going to do all of these out of a base position, but again, you can use variations with agility ladders as well as small hurdles to be able to get the same kind of effect. The first thing we're going to teach is a base position pogo, and then move from there into more linear and lateral type variations similar to our other three sections within movement preparation. Okay, JP, we're going to start nice and strong, up nice and tall. To get JP into the base position, we're going to use what we call a drop. A drop is a great way before we even get into our plyometrics, which is the next component within our training system. Once I have JP dropped into that base position, if he hears a second go, he'll then start a 2-foot pogo, punching into the ground as fast as he can with both feet opposed to alternating. If he hears reset, he'll always stand up back tall. Okay, nice and strong here. Set position and go. Set. Go. Set. Go. And 2-foot pogo. Go. Push, 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 rest. Now notice, we want JP to stay nice and strong in that position. We don't want him standing up. Again, we like to use the analogy, duck on water. Upper body looks nice and calm, legs are moving violently. Within this, arm action. JP used the nice and easy alternate action. You could also have your hands in a ready position. Completely up to you as the coach or the athlete how you want to take that. From there then, we want to work on a bit more dissociation. Now from that same base position, instead of a 2-foot pogo, we can alternate into a 2-inch run in place. This simply is going to involve a bit more dissociation on the part of the athlete, a bit more complex. Okay, JP, let's get into that good, strong base position. We'll start already ready. On my go call, we'll alternate punching the ground, 2-inch run in place. And go, push, push. Notice, slow arms or no arms. Arms aren't trying to compete with the legs, and relax. Remember, small amplitude, high speed. If I'm looking at the upper body, hips and above of JP, it should literally look as if he is doing nothing. That means his body is absorbing and creating that force as fast as he can in that 2-inch run in place. Once the athlete can handle that pogo and that 2-inch run in place, then we want to start going into rotations. We're going to get them out of that linear plane into more of that transverse plane. So we're going to start again in that base position, but now when JP hears that go call, he's going to be flipping his feet roughly 15 to 45 degrees. But as he does this fast, he's going to keep his shoulders straight ahead, pointed towards you as the coach the entire time. Okay, good strong set position, base rotations, and go. Flip, 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 rest. Beautiful. In doing so, notice he takes his arms and he always works them opposite of his legs, creating that rotation in the trunk similar to what we want to see in that crossover or that drop step type activity. Now, we can add a variation of that rotation using a coach-controlled command, where now I'll have JP get into a pogo, and when I give him a point, he's going to turn in that direction, come right back to that same pogo position. Notice, while we're showing this on the rotation, you can do a similar type activity with any of our neural activation movements. Okay, nice and strong. Base pogo, moving on my point, and pogo in place. Go. Beautiful. And flip, back to center. Flip, back to center. Flip, back to center. Flip, back to center. Rest. So it's the same exact motion, but now there's a bit more reaction involved. We can introduce reaction early and often, especially within the neural activation portion of our movement preparation. Once an athlete has command of those rotational qualities, we can then start taking it purely into more of a lateral movement. So I'll now have JP turn around. He's going to start inside of this line. When I give him the go call, he's going to do what we call lateral base shifts. So he starts nice and strong, similar to a pogo, but now instead of up and down, he's going to go to his right, back to neutral, right, back to neutral. We're simply using the line as a reference. So note the way we're doing this, it's going to dominate on the right side, so we'd always want to do reps on the right and the left. Watch as he does this. His feet are going to stay wide the entire time. His body will stay low. He obtains that base position. We do not want to see him standing up, and we do not want to see those feet getting closer together as he continues on. Okay, good strong base, lateral shifts on my go. And go. Good punch, 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 rest. Beautiful. Notice, where's his energy? It's on the ball of his foot. We have credit card rule, which means there's a bit of daylight under his heels. He should not be coming all the way up onto his toes, but he can load the ball of the foot, not a problem at all. Once an athlete has the capacity to do that at the same time, now again we want to introduce a bit of dissociation. So this is going to be a 2-call movement. On the first go, JP is going to pogo in place. On the second go, he's going to start to actually dissociate, in this case with his right leg, punching over that line. Remember, in terms of programming, we'd want to do these balanced on the left and on the right. So 2-go call here. Pogo in place and go. Good punch, right leg, go. Start to punch, 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 rest. This is one of the most demanding neural activation movements that we have, simply because the amount of dissociation to move one leg vertically and one leg laterally is incredibly difficult. The final neural activation that we want to share kind of integrates multiple things together. We're going to go back to that 2-inch run in place. On my second go, we'll go 2-inch run moving forward, actually covering some distance, and on my final go, we'll sprint on out of it. This is a great way to finish your neural activation sessions, tying everything together, letting the athlete know we're ready to get into plyos and movement skills. Okay, in place nice and strong. 2-inch run in place, go. Beautiful. 2-inch run forward, go. Nice and light, and sprint, go. Push, 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 push. Beautiful. By that point in your neural activation session, you should be ready to go to the capacity that you're able to sprint out. Adding in neural activation as a finisher, if you would, in your movement preparation assures that both the nervous system and the movement patterns are ready to go for plyos and movement skills.